and welcome to Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. And today we're going to do a Valentine's Day live special. But just before we start on that, we shall do today's Friday Quote Corner. So who was Saint Valentine? Well, he was a Roman priest of the 3rd century. That is who St. Valentine's was. And it says here, none of the traditions connected with February the 14th have anything whatsoever to do with him. And it says there's a traditional English belief also that birds choose their mates on this day. That is where the love part comes from. So that's what it's all about. And for me and Mike, we don't do anything special on that day because every day is as special as the day before. And we certainly wouldn't pay inflated prices or do consumerism, so that's why we don't celebrate it. But what I thought I would do today is share with you the story of mine and Mike's wedding. So I thought you might like to know about that and why it was so unique and the reason our type of wedding was never done before. Hello again. I thought I'd talk to you today about my wedding. We got married here in Cyprus in August 2006. That was a palaver in itself because being permanent residents then of Cyprus, you can't have your tourist type wedding where you just book a hotel and have a basic ceremony. Here you have to have what they call an official wedding because you reside in Cyprus. So we actually found out you had to go around and find different forms that had to be stamped by different official departments here. But every time we went to get a form done, they were not sure what to do with us. And the reason being, they said we were the first ever couple that were both from another country, England, that resided here full time, that wanted a traditional full wedding that had to be done in, say, a chapel or something like this. So we were pushed around from department to department until they could figure out how to do the forms for us. And they had to actually create a format for us to be married here. We had to go up to Lefkosia, which is the capital of Cyprus. Some of you may call it Nicosia, but its true title is Lefkosia. Backwards and forwards, which is quite a long journey. And then to Mesopotamia, which is another department where they do weddings. And we had to go around and then also find a venue. We found a lovely hotel where they actually have a proper chapel within their grounds, very traditional looking. I'll either insert photos or I think more likely I'll do another vlog just of all the photos of the wedding if you're interested in that. So we went round and we got our forms stamped. A couple of times we had hiccups because we had one form stamped, then we went to another department somewhere else and they said, no, we have to stamp first before that stamp. But anyway, it was all sorted out. So as I say, we had this lovely chapel in hotel grounds, and then the hotel actually closed all the pool area and the gardens and the grounds to the residents of the hotel at the time during the hours we were getting married. and we had all the grounds to ourselves for like a small wedding breakfast buffet type thing for our guests. The ceremony, we wanted to mix Cypriot and English. So obviously we wanted the service done in English in a more traditional way. Well, they didn't have anyone here who could do it, bar one person they did find for us that could do it other than what I say is the tourist type wedding. So they did find a man who could do it for us, but at the last minute, we can't remember if he broke a leg or he was in hospital for some operation. Something occurred with him, so they had to find a replacement priest. And the only one they could find was an American who was residing in Italy, and they flew him over especially for us for no cost. So that was rather good. So we had a really mixed wedding. We decided we wanted to mix traditions of Cyprus and England. So great, we took the best of both worlds. For example, for the Cyprus weddings, the tradition is you pin money to the bride's dress instead of gifts. Well, bless them, the Cypriot guests we had did that, but they knew we were English and they looked up the traditions of giving gifts, and they also bought gifts. Well, our English friends and family that came, they did the same thing in reverse. They knew we'd said that's what we wanted to do, but they knew, well, gifts is the thing we do for a wedding, so they bought us gifts and pinned money on my dress. I loved that. That was my favourite part. All streams of money, notes pinned onto my dress. That was really nice. I'll try and find some pictures of that for you as well as I'm pinning it on. So that was very good. Then after that, me and Mike thought it would be nice to have a little kind of break. So we had a boat off of a pier, and we went off on a boat, and it gave the guests time to go and freshen up and everything, and it gave me and Mike time as a newly married couple just away from the crowds for a while. So we went off for a while on a boat. The video guy said, "Do you want me to come with you?" And we said, "No, we want a bit of peace now, but we'll have the photographer come on the boat with us." So that was rather nice, and they provided us with champagne on the boat. These are actually the glasses they did for us. We have two, and they had them engraved with us, with our names on. It's Mike and Dawn, the date, the name of the hotel, little celebratory champagne flutes that they did especially for me and Mike. Then we came back onto the pier, and they had it all decorated with chiffon scarves all draped across the top of the pier. The colours of the pier matched the paintwork. We had actually decided on having Cypriot blue colours for the bridesmaids' dresses. The bridesmaids were great. When I wanted them both from England to be my bridesmaids, I told them the sort of style dress I wanted and the sort of shade of colour, and they went off shopping together for me. They didn't know each other before then, but they became great friends doing this. And they went off, tried on loads of dresses that they thought I might like, sent me the photos of them and said, "You tell us which ones you prefer, and that's what we'll get." And they'd said they'd made a little mark on the back of the photos, the ones they both actually preferred, but not to look until I decided. And it was the same one. So we were all happy with those. And I said, would they buy ties to match for Mike and the best man? So they did that for me. They were really great bridesmaids, sorted things out their end. The wedding dress I bought here, amazingly good prices for wedding dresses here. And you get so much free. They gave me free jewellery. They gave me a tiara. I had already bought a tiara. So I thought, oh, what do I do? Do I wear the one that they put with the dress, or do I wear the one I bought? So I thought, what shall I do? And I thought, I know what I'm going to do. The one they gave me free with the dress, I wore for the ceremony. And then as soon as I got on the boat, I put on the one I bought, which wasn't as elaborate. So that was great on the boat, and then I kept that one on for the evening so it was more comfortable. So I wore them both. So the dress, yeah, beautiful dress, really good prices. The most expensive thing we found was flowers. We had an archway decorated in the gardens. We had that done. Very expensive flowers, but of course, because they have to keep them fresh here. And in the summer months, of course, flowers are very hard to keep fresh. So I can understand that, but that was probably the biggest expense. We said we didn't want a wedding cake. I have my own personal reasons for that. And that's not something I'm aware of they have in Cyprus anyway, although we could have had one made. But when we came back off the boat, we suddenly saw there was this wedding cake. And I said to the organiser who was there, oh, we didn't order this. Oh, you didn't? Oh, well, she said, the reason is we suddenly saw there wasn't one and we knew you were English, so we knew you do have wedding cake. So we went out and quickly got one sorted out for you and thought we'd better put it there. Hope it's okay. Bless them. And they said there's no charge because you didn't book it, but we thought that might have been either a mistake or you'd forgotten about that. So they were really great. So we came back onto this pier that they'd decorated for us, and we had that laid with the evening meal. I'll try and find what we had for the evening meal and put that maybe on the other video I'm going to link with this one. So we had a lovely evening meal on the pier. We had a band, we had a singer. They'd put some flooring down on the pier because it was like cobblestones. They put some flooring down for the dance floor. We had so many friends and family come, and a lot of our new Cypriot neighbours and friends. So we had a really good mix there. Really nice wedding. Couldn't have been better. Really loved every minute of it. And then they said to us after the meal and some dancing, we have a surprise for you. And across the bay, they put up a big firework display for us, really massive firework display, and I've seen some really big displays, but this was really great, really expensive, long firework display, really big display. So we had that. Then obviously we stayed at the hotel, and then after that, for our honeymoon, we went on 2 cruises. We went on a cruise to Egypt, and we wanted that to be a much more sightseeing type of cruise. So we got to see places neither of us has been before. And we had a river trip down the Nile. And we obviously had we went to museums there and paper factories and did all the touristy things there. Then we went on a second cruise and we went to Rhodes. And that was for a relaxing type of break. I liked going to different islands, so Rhodes wasn't too far away. And we had a lovely time on the cruise. They made it very special for us on the cruise, knowing that we were honeymooners. And so they did a thing where they tied a napkin round our wrist while we were having our first meal there. And they do some traditional chat, and they have music playing and everyone joins in about linking us together for the rest of our lives. So that was very special as well. So I might even do maybe another vlog on our honeymoon photos, and if I've got any footage that I can download and share with you, I'll do that. So that's a little bit about our wedding here, and I hope you go on to part 2 or part 3 if I do the photos of the honeymoon and the wedding, and look at those. So until next time, Meraki.